viewers, welcome to Ezra Wellness, where you learn proven ways to healthy living. Congratulations, welcome to week 2. I'm so proud of you that you made it to week 2. You're saying to yourself, what is week 2? If you haven't seen week 1 yet, check out on my video how to kickstart your immune system and you will know what week 1 is all about. Then you'll be able to do week 2. Week 2 is less restrictive compared to week 1. So if you made it in week 1, I know you'll be able to do week 2 with quite some ease. In week 2, it's called repair and restore. You're saying to yourself, what am I repairing and what am I restoring? Remember, I told you this diet, the plant paradox, is based on fixing your microbiome. So you say, what is wrong with it this time around? Well, remember all the foods that I told you to eliminate last week? Since we've been eating these food in large quantities, they've been wreaking havoc to the lining of our gastric walls. So they weaken it to the point that they're able to make hole in it. And then when we eat, things that are not supposed to leak into our blood, leaking, causing us a lot of problems. I'm going to make one video just to talk about the problem that these food cause. And it's based on this plant protein called lectins. And I'll go more detail in that. But this week, I want to show you how you're going to eat on week 2. In week 2, you'll be able to introduce some carbohydrates like tubers, yam, sweet potato. You'll be able to eat that. In week 2, you'll be allowed to eat green plantain, green bananas, green papaya, green mangoes. These are things that the microbiome, the bacteria, they love. So you're going to eat them this week. But one thing with this week is that you are going to eat these carbohydrates, but once a day. You'll be able to eat some other carbohydrate like millet, sorghum. You'll be able to use some of the alternative flour that we have out there. And when I talk about the alternative flour, I'm talking about coconut flour, almond flour, cassava flour. These are some of the flour that we have on the market that you'll be able to make some snacks and some special treats with, which I will show you some as time goes on. So this week, these are some of the things that you'll be able to have. And this week too lasts for 2 weeks. So you're going to do this repair and restore work for 2 weeks. In week 2, you'll also be able to eat some dairy. I'm talking about milk, mainly from goat or sheep. I'm not a cheese or milk person, so I stick with my almond milk and coconut milk. Those two I'm able to handle, and coconut yogurt. If you are a dairy person, you could give it a try and see which one you like, either the sheep or the goat cheese. If you like those, then you are able to eat that this week. This is the week that you are able to eat eggs, but it has to be either pasture-raised egg or omega-3 eggs. You're able to eat that this week. This is the week that you're also going to start to skip some meals. In week 2, you will decide, let's say 3 or 4 days in a week, you will choose some meals to miss. Only because you're repairing and restoring the lining of the stomach, so you want to make sure that you give it a break. You don't want to put food in there all the time, because if something is healing, you need to rest. So the same way you're going to treat that with your digestive system, so that this time around it will have that break from not digesting any food and just rest, so that it will be able to heal. Also in week 2, you'll be able to treat yourself to chocolate. I know people love chocolate, but that chocolate, it has to be 72% cacao or higher. I'm telling you, when you start to eat it, it's not the sweetest. But once you keep eating it, your taste buds will get used to it. And by this time in week 2, your taste buds should have starting to get accustomed if you've been able to go through week 1. And then your cravings should come down for like the sugary stuff. So you'll be able to handle these things in week 2. In week 2 also, you are going to eliminate things like NSAIDs. Example, ibuprofen, like Advil, Celebrex, those kind of medications you're going to eliminate. Because if we're able to go through week 1, your pain in your joints should be coming down. So you should be able to start to cut down on these medications, because studies show that these medications do not help the stomach lining. When you take them, they don't help it, and you want to heal it, so you don't want to stick with them. And with your doctor's advice, you'll be able to stop taking antibiotic if you don't need it, please. Too much antibiotic is not good for the microbiome. to take antibiotic if you don't need to. Don't push your doctor when you have a virus for him to prescribe antibiotic. You don't need it. It destroys the microbiome. It's something that you don't want. Tums, it reduces the acid in the stomach, and we need the acid to help in the digestion of food, especially like proteins. You need the acid. So in Tums, if you're taking Tums all the time, please, by week 2, if you have followed week 1 properly and eliminated most of the diet, your heartburn should start to go down. So those medications with your doctor's advice, some medication like Omeprazole, Nexium, you should be able to come off those by now. You will try your best to eliminate GMO foods that says GMO, or the one you want to go for the one that says non-GMO foods, because all these foods, because they are modified, most of the chemicals in there are not good for the bacteria in our stomach. And also in week 2, you are going to start to make sure you get yourself, if you are able to get the organic version of food if possible. And since I'm saying this, some people are very skeptical about organic and non-organic food, but when you go to the market, I just want you to compare. You will see that the price tag is not much of a difference. And studies have shown that the organic version of vegetable are higher in nutrients compared to the non-organic version. So if possible, please stay with it. So in week 2, this is how you will eat. Let's say in the morning you have your green smoothie. In the afternoon, you are going to have, let's say, your broccoli with some yam. And then at dinner time, you will have salad. The next day, if you choose to eat your carbohydrate, it doesn't matter what time of the day you want to eat it. And I normally eat it for dinner, because at dinner time, I normally eat with my husband. So that is when I eat my carbohydrate. When I go to work, let's say I have my green smoothie in the morning. At lunchtime, I'll have a salad. And when I come home is when I normally have my carbohydrate for the day. And when you do that, you'll be on your way to good health and good body weight. Before I end, I want to show you some examples of some of the flour and the food that I talk about, in case you haven't seen any of them before, you're wondering how they look like. So now this is almond flour. This is how almond flour look like. Almonds is grounded in flour, and you look at this, you could do a lot of things with almond flour: cookies, bread, and I'll show you some of the recipes as time goes on. This is coconut flour. Coconut flour is white. You could also use it bread, cookies. A lot of things could come out of coconut flour. And here with me, I have cassava flour. It's white. It's close like coconut flour. You could also make a lot of things with it. And this is how millets look like. Millet. It's a grain. So you could use millet as you would have used rice. You could cook it like same way you cook rice. The only thing is that if you take 1 cup, you take 2 cups of water, because millet is a little tougher. You could cook it like you make it like porridge in the morning for breakfast, and you could have it like that. And then this is sorghum, another sort of grain that you could eat. Sorghum, you could pop it like you're popping popcorn in a bowl over the stove, and it comes out nicely. And these are things your microbiome loves. These things you could get in most stores in the United States. I'm talking about Walmart. You could get most of the things at Trader Joe's, Stop and Shop. A lot of stores have these things. And if you can't find it anywhere, you check it out on Amazon, and mostly you're able to get a lot of things. I know you could do this. If you haven't tried week 1, please give it a try. You don't have to do it for a whole week. You know, you could do it for 3 days if that's what you choose to do, because I know you could do this. And when you do it and you start to experience the benefits, you will say it's worth it. In week 2, right now, when you have done week 1 correctly, I know you should start to experience some of the benefit. But if you haven't, still don't give up. Please continue. And at the end of the 30 day, you are going to see tremendous change, and you'll be glad that you did. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a comment underneath this video. Let me know how it goes. And your lady Salome here, I'm here to support you and motivate you to go through this diet, because it has helped me, and I know you'll be able to do it, and it will help you too. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your time. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And remember, this is Ezra Wellness, where you learn, proven ways to healthy living. Thank you for watching and thank you for your time.